Tonight, the Jackets want to take their performance to the next level. They want to do well in all three phases of this football game tonight, and they want to come away, most importantly, with a win. The kicker for Samuels will be Kirk Rivers. He will tee the football up at the 40-yard line on the Cable One kickoff. And Denison with the wedge kick return, trying to set it up. Rivers is going to boot this one. It is a short kick. It's a live football, and the Samuel Spartans have recovered it. That was a mistake by the Yellow Jacket up man, and I'm not sure who it was that did not cover it.
Well, it was Christian Brown. He went over there. It looked like he was trying to find somebody to block. It looked like he might have got confused, thinking it was maybe a punt return, I guess, because he just let the ball dangle over there on the far side, and I believe it was Quinta Bex that is the guy who finally recovered it, and Samuel is going to take over on kind of a brain freeze by the Jackets here early.
That one hurts right there. The Jackets hoping to get off to the big start, and it is a live football after 10 yards. Shotgun formation, 3 receiver look, 1 man in the backfield. For the quarterback, that will be Quinta Bex for the Samuel Spartans. He'll call for the football, going to hand it off to the first man through, and he is going to be tackled after crossing the line of scrimmage. Chris Johnson, or that's William Houston rather, on the carry. And it will be a pickup of maybe a yard, perhaps a yard and a half. Second down and long coming up. 11:39 to go in the first quarter. And if you're just tuning in, you say, wait a minute, I thought Denison was going to get the football. They should have gotten the football, but they let the short pooch kick go. It's recovered by the Spartans, and Samuel in business in Yellow Jacket territory. The quarterback, Quinta Bex for the Spartans. He will stand 3 yards deep in the shotgun formation, flanked by a running back to the left. 3 receiver look. This is a bobbled snap, and Bex is going to pick it up, run forward, and he is going to be collided with, I think that was Corey Robertson around the 20-yard line. It's going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, he got very close to the first down marker, but Corey Robertson stuck him right with his head. Looked like it's one of those that you can really hurt your neck on. Just jammed him.
You definitely don't teach it that way.
Both of them went down very early.
It is going to be a first down play on the busted play as Quinta Bex bobbled the snap on the ground, finally found the handle, and as so often happens on a botched play, he was able to make some good yardage out of it. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the 20-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. Bex, the quarterback. 3 receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left, 1 man in the backfield behind him. No score early on Katy Country as Bex gets it. He wants to run the option to the left side, turns it up himself, spins out of a tackle to the 10-yard line, another first down, and it will be 1st and goal, Dallas Samuels. So the Yellow Jackets wanted to come out big tonight, and it is not happening that way as of right now. The mental mistake on the opening kickoff, and the Spartans have 2 consecutive first down carries by their quarterback, Quinta Bex, the 5'11", 160-pound senior.
They're going to mark him down right at the 10-yard line. Again, it was Corey Robertson making the stop before I think he probably would have scored on that play.
1st and goal from the 10. They cannot get another first down. They must punch it in the end zone. Bex from the shotgun. 3 receiver look again. A running back flanking him to the left. Bex follows the running back up the middle, breaks a tackle, and then is pummeled to the turf around the 7 or 6 yard line. Vincent Rhodes is the man that put the exclamation point on it. Not sure who started that, but Rhodes finishes it off.
That's the old quarterback follow. We saw that play a lot from Rob Crawley last year here in Denison. Just takes the snap and runs right up behind center, running straight up through the middle, just as Terrell did a lot last week.
2nd and goal from the 6-yard line. No score, 9:53 to go in the first quarter. Dallas Samuel threatening. And for the first time tonight, Bex under center, an I formation, receivers either side, a slot man to the right. 2nd down, somebody might have jumped, hands it off to the 2nd man through, and he is pummeled to the turf. He spun out of the grip of one Yellow Jacket and right into the paws of another. Didn't see who that was, but it might have been Mr. C. Rob Jr.
I believe it was. It was Corey Robertson. And he came up with authority and got him right at the 5-yard line, so no gain there.
I'll say some authority.
3rd and 4, 9:20 to left here in the first quarter. No
3rd
score.
and goal. Bex, the quarterback, he will come from the shotgun. 4 receiver look. 3rd down and 6 from the Yellow Jacket 6. 3rd and goal. Bex hands it off to the first man through. He is going to be tackled from behind. That is Ulysses Coleman. and he doesn't go anywhere. 4th and goal from the 4. Can the Yellow Jacket defense hold? One thing that we've seen over the years from the DISD schools, they don't have a big kicking game.
No, they really don't. Josh Vaughn was the man right there making the stop. Josh, of course, is a sophomore. He's already made several great plays so far this year. Made a great one right there.
Yeah, the sophomore is shining on this defensive stand. Here it comes. 4th and goal from the 4-yard line. 8:39 to go in the first quarter. Beck's the quarterback. 4 men as wideouts. 4th and goal. Beck's rolling to the right on the snap. Wants to throw. Pressure in his face. Throws, and it is caught for a touchdown.
Oh, it was just over the outstretched hands of Corey Robertson, too. Robertson jumped up, mistimed his jump, went a little bit too early, and the ball went right over his hands into the receiver's hands for a touchdown.
That was almost a great defensive play for Corey Robertson, but again, as you mentioned, he went just a little bit too early. Beck's had heavy pressure coming in his face, and he still got it away, and it will be for the PAT. Julio Gill trying the extra point. Beck to hold. And with 8:26 to go in the first quarter, the Spartans on the board, 6-0 over the Jackets. High snap. Bex is calling the fire play, rolling to the end zone, trying for the 2-point conversion. Did he get to the pylon? Yes, he did. The Jackets don't agree. It was close, but he hit the pylon as he was going out of bounds. The official said 2-point conversion, and with 8:26 to go, the Yellow Jackets trail 8-0 against the Dallas Samuel Spartans. Yellow Jacket football continues in a moment. We are back at a stunned Munson Stadium, a mental miscue by the Yellow Jackets, and almost a 4th down hold by the defense, but none of it works. 8-0, the Spartan lead. Give us a recap, an American Bank of Texas scoring drive recap, Monte.
Well, it was 31 yards, took 7 plays. It was capped off by Quinta Bex to Joey Harris, 4-yard touchdown. Took 3 minutes and 34 seconds off the clock. We have 8:26 left to go in the first quarter. And Dallas Samuel on top, 8-0 here at Munson Stadium in Denison.
Kirk Rivers set to kick it off again, and this is a little bit deeper kick on the Cable 1 kickoff, and Robertson takes it at the 10, up to the 15, 20, trying to find a seam, out to the 30, and if he could have kept his feet, he had nothing but green turf in front of him. Corey Robertson might have taken that one the distance, and he lost his footing at the 30-yard line.
We said it last week. He's one of those guys that when he gets the football in his hands, he could go at any time. You just have that sense about him. And that time he found a seam, but got a little bit ahead of himself and tripped over his feet and went down at the 31. So now Denison sets up with, 69 yards to go away from pay dirt.
21-yard return by Corey Robertson. He'll be the tailback. Power eye, too tight set. McGuirk the quarterback. 8-0 Denison trails. Now the Jackets break the power eye look. 2 receivers to the right. McGuirk turns, hands it off. Robertson heading right side. Sheds a tackler. 30, 35, out to the 40. Trying to get to the sideline. 50, down the sideline. 45, 40. And he is finally tackled at the 34-yard line. That's the longest play of the year so far for the Jackets, and Corey Robertson springs out to the other side of the field, out to the 42-yard line. Ladies and gentlemen, Corey Robertson is on varsity to stay. He is the real deal, folks. Both sides of the ball and special teams already tonight shining as a true sophomore. 26-yard carry, the longest play of the year for the Jacket O. First down and 10 from the 44 of Samuel. The Jackets will break the power eye, too tight set. 2 receivers near side. I formation behind McGuirk. Hands it off. Robertson. Stutter steps his way through the line. Breaks a tackle, and he is going to get Hines rather on the carry all the way down to the 40-yard line. So a pickup of nearly 4 yards. And the Jacket rushing attack looking good in 2 plays.
So far, more excitement in this game on 2 plays than we saw all last week in about 30.
Number 9.
Anthony Hines, the man that got the carry on that one, and why not? Anthony Hines had quite a year last year as a sophomore himself. Hines will stay into the ball game as the tailback. A split back, fullback position in front of him. 2 tight set now. They'll break it again. Jerry Jones heading wide to the right. And I believe that's Christian Brown coming to the near left. This is Hines on the toss, turning it inside, getting some tough yards up front. The ball might have popped loose, and Samuel says they've got the football. The official did throw the beanbag down. Samuel comes out with the football, and the official is waving his hand, and yes, indeed.
Yep, they are saying that Dallas Samuel has recovered at the 36-yard line. Anthony Hines was the ball carrier, and he kind of tiptoed up towards the 36-yard line. And last thing we knew is we saw a Samuel Spartan diving out of the pile with the football.
Well, last week, Denison not making very many mistakes. Cody McGuirk did throw some interceptions, too, late in the game, but other than that, it was a pretty mistake-free ball game for the Yellow Jackets. Not many penalties, not really any fumbles, but tonight, 2 costly miscues at the 7:14 mark of the first quarter. 8-0 Dallas Samuel in the lead, and after the Hines turnover, they have it 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. This is going to be Beck, the quarterback, hands it off to the first man through, broke 1 tackle, and then went to the turf after a 4-yard gain. It is going to be Rivers on the carry. Jeremy Grinds on the stop for the Denison Yellow Jackets.
They're going to mark him down right at the 40. So a nice run of about 4 yards there. 6:56 and rolling in the first quarter. Dallas Samuel up on top, 8-0 here at Munson Stadium in Denison.
Well, one thing the Jackets do need is to not get behind by an awful lot, and they need a big stand here. 2nd and 6 from the Samuel 40. Beck's the quarterback under center. I formation, hands it to the tailback. Shed 1 tackler, couldn't shed the next. Coleman on the carry, and for the tackle for the Yellow Jackets, Anthony Hines coming up to try and atone for his fumble.
Also a face we haven't seen a lot so far. Mario Polk was in there on defense, made the tackle as well.
You know, Anthony Hines really looked like he has a new attitude this year. Last year, he seemed a little tentative at times at the running back spot, and he really tucked the ball right up in there. It just popped free.
He also looks about 10, 15 pounds heavier, too.
He does look like he's put some beef on. Yellow Jackets in that IAP, Institute for Athletic Performance program, it's paying some dividends. Beck's 3rd down and 5 yards from the shotgun. Rolling to the left, pressure comes. He wants to throw. It is going to be incomplete. Had his man open at the 1st down marker. That was Kurt Rivers, who had floated out of the backfield, and it should be punting time tonight for the Samuel Spartans, and Denison could get decent field position.
You know, that was almost a great catch by Rivers out there. He was right at the 1st down marker. Really hard to see their jersey numbers. As we look out, they wear white jerseys with yellow numbers. Now, they are outlined in black or blue, but they look like the old 1960s San Diego Chargers with the white helmets and the blue pants and the white jerseys with the yellow numbers. It's kind of an interesting looking uniform out there.
Yes, it is. Beck's, the quarterback, also doubles as the punter. And it will be Christian Brown and Hines back to return this punt. No pressure from the Jackets, and Beck's is going to have nothing to do with the Yellow Jacket return men. It's going to be fielded, however, by the Yellow Jackets. It's going to be Marcus Davis instead of Hines on the punt return. And for one of the few times this year so far, the Jackets get virtually nothing on the return. But Davis doing a nice job going into traffic, catching the football and not letting it bounce behind him.
Yeah, he did a very nice job. Now it's going to be the key to this series right here is playing smart football, keeping the ball off the turf, moving the chains, keeping those 1st downs rolling as we have 5:47 left to go here in the first quarter. 8-0 Samuel on top of Denison.
McGuirk, the quarterback again. Jerry Jones will split out along with Roger Grant. Robertson, the tailback. This is going to be the quick hitter inside to the fullback. Might have been David Wells for the Yellow Jackets, actually.
I think that was Mario Polk.
It was Mario Polk on the carry. It's a short gain as the Jackets, this offense certainly looking familiar.
Yeah, that looked like Ryan Johnson of a few years ago. Mario Polk, kind of a squatty guy, is not real tall, but he can run. Mario Polk sounds like a Sherman name, doesn't it?
Sure does. By the way, the Bearcats rolling big last night, 56-31. Congrats to Ronnie Tips and the Cats as they get win number 1 of the year. Jackets with receivers either side, straight eye look behind McGuirk. Robertson gets the toss, heading left, breaks a tackle at the line, and picks up 5 or 6 yards up the middle, and he just looks like a stallion every time he carries the ball.
Well, when he gets the ball, he's got so much quickness and momentum moving towards the line of scrimmage. He can't help but gain 6 yards.
3rd down and 3. The Jackets 0-4 tonight in 3rd down conversion department. Haven't tried yet on the night. Last week in 3rd down conversions, 3 out of 11, only a paltry 273 average. And they'll need to do better than that tonight. This is 3rd and 3 from the Yellow Jacket 40, 8-0. Dallas Samuel leading. Offset eye look, 2 receivers to the near side. McGuirk turns, hands it off to the fullback. He cannot get off the line of scrimmage, and he'll actually lose 2 yards. And it will be punting time for Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, an outstanding night last week, punting the football. Really, we're kind of unsure who the Yellow Jacket punter would be. They settled on Jerry Jones. He had 4 kicks of 43.5-yard average, including a 61-yarder, and he'll need that big gun tonight. He'll need to boom one downfield here.
Number 1, Ulysses Coleman.
Love to see the big, booming, high-spiraling punt from Jerry Jones.
Ulysses Coleman, the lone man back for the Samuel Spartans. They appear to have the return on, and Coleman, one of their speedsters. Jones, not any pressure. This is a line drive kick that Coleman's going to lose the handle on at the 30. A scramble for the football, and Denison may have recovered. It looks like Coleman wrestled it away at the bottom of the pile. I'm not sure who that Yellow Jacket was.
It was Howard Jackson. Jackson got there very fast. Let's remember, his first cousin, Robert Jackson, who injured himself last week. Howard still out there, almost came up with the football at the 25-yard line.
We need to tell you about some injuries. Speaking of Mr. Jackson, he dislocated his elbow, out at least 3 weeks, possibly as long as to the start of district play. Ronnie Powell, a separated shoulder, and Mr. Tipinaro himself, I believe Brandon had a broken ankle, if I'm correct. Bex, the quarterback, from the shotgun, 1st and 10 from the 26, low snap, busted play, he goes up the middle, nowhere to go. The Jackets converge quickly, and it is a swarm of Yellow Jackets going down. Vincent Rhodes cheering that tackling committee, and he put the exclamation point on Mr. Bex. 3:31 to go in the first quarter, 8-0, the Samuel Spartans in the lead.
After looking at those injuries from last week, Tipinero might be the most costly playing that defensive front, because they sure ran the ball right up the middle as soon as he was gone.
Yeah, Benton Tipinero, I called him Brandon. My apologies to Benton and his family, but Benton Tipinero certainly going to be missed by the Yellow Jacket defensive line. Bex from the shotgun, pressure in his face, trying to set the screen up, and it is going to be caught, but immediately making the tackle is the Yellow Jacket corner, trying to see who that is. It was a great open field play, and I believe it is David Wells that made the stop for the Yellow Jackets. Actually, it was not. It was Anthony Waddles that made the stop, and he just made a great open field play.
Oh, it was a nice play by Waddles. He couldn't make up his mind whether he wanted to go for the interception or actually stay back and play protection, and he did. He stayed back, and when the receiver tried to make a move on him, he lassoed him down around the shoulder pads and got him down right at the 27-yard line.
3rd and 8 from the 28 for the Spartans. They lead 8-0, 2:28 and counting in the first quarter. Bex, the quarterback, low snap, going to hand it off to the tailback. He's trying to find his way downfield, and he can't do it because a Yellow Jacket linebacker took his feet out from under him in a big way. And I believe that was Chris Hackworth, Raymond Smith, rather, on the tackle from that inside backer position.
That was a great open field tackle by Raymond Smith.
Number 23, Christian Brown.
Brown will retreat to return this punt along with Marcus Davis. They will stand at the 37-yard line. Remember, Beck is the quarterback. It is 4th and 6th, and these Dallas Independent School District teams are known for their trickery. So don't be surprised if you see Mr. Beck's take off sprinting with one at some point tonight. This is a low snap. Jackets have some pressure on him, but he gets it away. It's a boomer. And Marcus Davis back to the 31, lost the handle and had to dive on it.
He did get back on it at the 34-yard line.
Went right through the breadbasket.
Yeah, hit him right in the numbers and went, thankfully, right in front of him where he had to jump on it. Let's check down with the Bratcher Funeral Home sideline reporter Jason Smith. Did you get a good look at that?
I did, and it looks like the hands were just completely greased because he got both hands on the ball, but there was no stopping it at all as it squirted on through his hands directly down between his legs on the ground. Luckily for the Jackets, it was right there for an easy pounce.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times, Jason, when the ball goes right through the breadbasket like that, it takes a big hop forward, and that time it didn't. And that's fortunate because the Spartans were closing quickly and would have gobbled that one up. It looked like to me Mr. Davis was already running downfield before the football got there. McGuirk, the quarterback again, two receivers set either side. Robertson, the toss, heading left, now trying to weave his way back in, shedding tacklers, and he is just exciting to watch. He never gives up until he goes to the turf. He only picks up maybe a foot, but he sure was exciting on that foot.
He might have even lost a foot, but he was never giving up. Well, it could have been about a 3-yard loss. As soon as he got the football, he was in traffic, and he did lose about a half a foot. But I'm telling you, he gave it all he could to get back to the line of scrimmage.
At some point tonight, you got to think that the Jackets will have to throw the ball to back the Spartans out of the box. We'll see when that occurs. Jones and Christian Brown heading to the right. I formation look behind McGuirk. Tight to the right. This is McGuirk. Back to pass. Got some time. Wants to throw. Pumps. Goes over, and it's intercepted. It was tipped and then intercepted. Tipped at the line of scrimmage, and the man making the pick is Jared Andrews, and the Spartans are once again in business in Denison territory. You really can't blame that on McGuirk. Somebody stuck the paw up at the line, and it got batted up in the air, and it was anybody's ball at that point.
Well, it looks like the ball was thrown into about 3 people, and somebody did get their paw in on it. So Samuel is going to take over at the 42-yard line. 51 seconds left to go, first quarter. Samuel on top, 8-0.
McGuirk's 4th interception of the season. This is Bex under center. I formation look, receivers to both sides, and busted play. Bex slung to the turf. It's a 3-yard loss, and Vincent Rhodes is having a monster year only 2 weeks into the season.
Well, he certainly is.
Tell you what, if the Jackets can ever get it going and on all cylinders in every phase of the game, they might be able to play some pretty good football.
Nice to see Raymond Smith also there on the linebacker blitz, right there on the stop. They're pushed back to the 44 now, getting closer to that midfield stripe.
24 seconds and counting, probably the final play of the quarter, 2nd and 12 from the Yellow Jacket 44, 8-0 Spartan lead. And the Jackets 5-man front, and Bex back to pass. Pressure coming in his face, flag on the play, and it's going to be incomplete. Bex underthrew the receiver, and let's wait and check the hanky with 8 seconds to go. Let's get a Bratcher Funeral Home sideline report. Jason, what's the hanky for?
Area that flag was thrown is normally the indication of offensive holding. We'll have to see what the officials decide.
It's going to be a
chop block,
block against the Spartans. And I believe that is a loss of down, correct? Nope, it's not. Yellow Jackets say they want to decline it. We'll see if that's what they in fact do. And
I believe they are going to push them back a little bit more.
It was incomplete, so it would bring up 3rd down and 12. And the Jackets, I guess, banking that they're going to hold them again.
And that was the nice thing on that play. Jeremy Grimes, Anthony Waddles, and Chris Hackworth were all three Jackets were right around the ball on coverage, so it was a nice play defensively by the secondary.
8 seconds to go. Time of possession, Samuel, 8 minutes and 1 second so far in the quarter. 3:59 for the Jackets. Denison has looked good at times offensively. The 2 times they've had the ball, a turnover snuffed out a good drive. This is 2nd and 28 from the Spartan, 48 seconds to go in the quarter, and Bex under center. Somebody might have jumped, and it's going to be Bex. He's going to be slung to the turf. The ball might have popped free. I don't think so. And that's the final play of the first quarter. It's a big loss for Bex, and the Samuel Spartans are going to face 3rd down and long when we start the second quarter after Malcolm Allen put the capital exclamation point on that one. 8-0 after the first quarter. The Spartans lead the Jackets. Don't go anywhere. More Denison Yellow Jacket football continues on 93.1 after this timeout. We're back at Munson Stadium, and as you heard, we need a turnover. Defense doesn't have one yet this year. It'd be a good time to get one here. The Yellow Jackets holding the Spartans. That would be the cough switch that someone missed right there. 12 minutes to go to the half. Bex on 3rd and 28, in all kinds of trouble. Eludes it, going to throw on the run. Got a man caught at the 50, and he is going to be out of bounds, well short of the first down marker. Ulysses Coleman coming back for the football, and Beck was in jail. Somehow got free and delivered a strike, and what could have been a huge sack turns into a decent play for the Spartans, but they still have to punt.
They gained about 22, 21 yards or so on that pass play, but they're still about 14 or 15 yards short of the first down. 11:51 here in the early parts of the second quarter. Dallas Samuel on top. 8-0 so far here at Monte Stadium in Denison.
Well, the Spartans just now going back into punt formation. Marcus Davis and Christian Brown retreat. Remember, Beck is the quarterback. Bex, rather. And he's also the punter. High snap, he goes way up to get it. Jackets don't have the block on, and he gets a dandy away. Davis is going to field it at the 15, up the sideline, 20, spinning around at the 25, and down at the 30-yard line. Davis, a dangerous-looking grab. The ball looked like to me it was going to bound by him, and he kind of picked it up knee-high as it was trying to go by him to the right side, and he made something out of nothing.
He did make a kamikaze catch on the run, but picked up some nice yardage because he had all the momentum going forward.
If he doesn't make that grab, though,
First down 10 for the Yellow Jackets.
That's why I said it was kamikaze.
30-yard line.
that was really
It was
interesting.
very dangerous, but it looks good.
Coaches, I'm sure, will tell him, get your body in front of the football. First and 10 for the Jackets, 11:41 to go in the half. 8-0, the Spartans lead. This one flying by, not much passing in this game. McGurk, the quarterback, power eye, too tight set. Robertson, the carry. He's coming to the near side. He's got a hole. He's still going 40, 44-yard lines where he goes down. 12 yards on the carry. But I can tell you right now, you only need to do one thing. Give it to 42 right, 32 left, and 42 up the middle.
That play looked exactly like what you want to see on every play. But the first thing I saw that developed on that play was Marcus Polk took the defensive end out on his back, and then Robertson fell right in behind him. For the first play, that's how it has to be done. You have to kick out those blocks, and Mario Polk did an outstanding job.
Jackets don't have any points, but they're starting to amass some yardage. 11:18 to go in the half. Receivers either side, first and 10, Denison from their own 44. This is a handoff. Robertson spun at the line of scrimmage, forward for about a yard, and that's about it.
He's going to cross the 45 up to almost the 46-yard line.
How about this? 5 carries on the night, 47 yards for Mr. Robertson. That, my friends, is more yardage rushing, double the yardage nearly that Denison got the entire game last week.
It'll take about 9 yards a carry. How about that?
I'll take that to the bank. Robertson still the tailback. 2 fullback, 2 tight set. Now they'll break it. Christian Brown to the left and Jerry Jones to the right. McGurk is going to turn, tosses Robertson heading left side. He's got the 45, turns it up in the 50, breaks a tackle. 45, still going to the 41. This guy has no quit in him. Oh my, he made a move at the other side of the 45 that had all of the Samuel Spartans just kind of laying on the ground after they saw that. Memo to all of the college recruiters across the land. You want to be here in 2 years trying to get this dude to play football for
you. Might want to go ahead and check in now.
Wow. I tell you what, he is exciting to watch. 13 yards on that carry. And the Jackets move the sticks, first and 10 from the 41. A timeout called by McGurk. Saw something he didn't like. We'll join them. 8-0. Spartans in the lead. Jackets on the move. Back in a moment with more Denison High School football. I've been watching high school football, Monte, since 1979, and if it seems like I'm singing a lot of praise for a sophomore, I am. This guy is already good, and he's only going to get better. Mr. Corey Robertson dots the I. First and 10 Jackets. McGurk going to hand it to the fullback, and he doesn't have anywhere to go. Bunched up in traffic and goes down in the arms of 3 Samuel Spartans. It is not that the Spartans don't know what's coming. And it's kind of what the Denison, back in 95, 6, and 7, Denison could have said, here's our playbook. You can have our playbook. We're still going to beat you.
Yeah, that's what made the Jackets so good. Everybody knew what they were going to do, and they still did it and ran right over you. But the key to those teams were their defense.
Yeah, they definitely had good defenses, and I think they got a pretty one going this year. Pretty good one going. 2nd and 9 for the Jackets. And this is going to be McGurk, deep handoff. Robertson hit at the line, and one of the few times tonight dropped for a loss. It's a drop of a yard. He goes down for a loss of 1, and it'll start 3rd and 10. 9:25 to go in the first half. 3rd and 10 from the Spartan 41, and the trend so far, the Spartans have the lead. Denison has made a couple of costly mistakes, and they've been able to move the football kind of between the 30s, but that's pretty much it at this point.
Well, they made the mistake. It looks like they were going to well on their way down to score the first time, and unfortunately, Hines put the ball on the turf. The Spartans recover, and now they're trying to start over again.
Power I, 2 set, 2 tight set, 2 receivers to the right as they break it. McGurk back to pass. He wants to set the screen up. Here comes the pressure. Robertson floats out, has it. 45, lost the football. He just never could haul it in. It was a little behind him, and he just never had the handle on it. And I'm not sure if it was a fumble or incomplete. They call it a fumble, so he had possession briefly. And it's 4th down and 12, and Denison will apparently have to punt the football away here.
They're going to mark him down at the 43. Of course, Denison moving left to right on the radio dial. Jerry Jones should have a good opportunity to put the ball within the 10-yard line, hopefully.
Jones has had a great season running the football, and that's something you don't necessarily want to be able to say about your punter. But when he's been called upon, he has had a pretty good time at it. He's going to bang this one. Coleman back to return it. This is a bobbler. It's going to go off his foot. Takes a Spartan roll at the 18 and comes up to the 21. That one just kind of fluttered off his foot, and it's going to be a pretty good deal for the Spartans. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the next media radio network.
At their own 21-yard line.
We're back at Munson Stadium. The defense doing a pretty good job tonight. Offense is, well, they look better tonight than they did. They just can't punch their way past the 30-yard line. The Spartans took advantage of a Denison miscue, and that's the difference in the ball game. 8-0, and this is Bex on the quarterback keeper, running to the right, trying to shed tacklers, and gets about 7 or 8 yards on the carry. That might be their most effective play. Bex running the football on the stop for the Yellow Jackets. I believe that was Shane Stone coming over from the offensive side of the ball.
It was about an 8-yard gain for the Spartans there, and that is, like you said, one of the longest carries that we've seen so far from the Spartans. And Corey Robertson will check in now on defense. Jeremy Grimes will check out.
You know who he reminds me of more than his brother? He reminds me of Reggie Hunt, who was a two-way star. Bex, the quarterback, is going to toss it to the tailback Coleman, and he is going to be met at the line of scrimmage. And he was, the Jackets say they've got the football. We'll wait for the indication. Didn't see it pop free, and I believe the official is going to say, nope, the Spartans have recovered. And that's what he said.
They're going to mark him down at the 30.
It was second down and 3.5 yards to go. It's now 3rd down and 1. The Jacket defense is laying some licks out there.
And now Robertson checks back out of the ball game. Grimes comes back in.
We're going to check down for a Bratcher Fiedler home sideline report momentarily. 3rd down and 1 from the 30. Denison fans standing, cheering their defensive unit on. 8-0 Spartans in the lead. And this is Beck. He's going to hand it to the first man through, and he is going to get the first down and plenty more as he picked up about 4 yards on the carry up the middle. Let's take a timeout for a Bratcher Funeral home sideline report. Jason, the Yellow Jackets, it's kind of like last week. They're doing some things right. They just can't get it all together yet.
Yeah, they are. They've had the big crucial turnovers. But down here on the sidelines, you can feel the tension, almost excited anticipation, because everybody knows here that even though the Jackets hadn't put anything on the board yet, it's just a matter of time. It is so reminiscent of years past when the Jackets were dominating on offense.
Well, I don't know if I'd say dominating yet, but they certainly have shown some spark. And we'll see what they can do when they get the ball back. Spartans hand it off. That's Bex, hands it off to the fullback, Coleman, coming through, and he picks up 2 tough yards inside with 5:58 to go. Man, this half is flying by.
Brandon Hubert on the stop, along with Chris Hackworth, Raymond Smith, the 2 linebackers there. Anthony Hines also made it across. So the defensive line doing a pretty good job so far, even though that was a 4-yard gain. The thing about it is that they're all swarming to the football.
Yeah, that was some tough 4 yards that Mr. Get this, Louise Webster. How'd you like to have that name and play football? Louise. Maybe they call him Lewis. This is Bex, a bad snap over his head. Is bounding back inside the 20. His tailback Coleman has to fall on it as Raymond Smith gave chase. Tell you what, they've had some interesting deep snaps tonight, and you normally don't get a deep snap on a shotgun play.
That is a 20-yard loss all the way back to the 19. Now they're going to spot him at the 20, so make it a 19-yard loss. Wow. That's one thing about the Dallas ISD schools. Yeah, they're flashy. Yeah, they do trick plays. Yeah, they're fast, but they also make a lot of mistakes.
That's pretty typically been the case, at least at the 4A level. Now, some of the 5A teams, 1 out of 5 on 3rd down conversions, probably not going to get one here on 3rd and 26 from their own 20. Bex, the quarterback, 4-receiver look. Denison is hoping to come up with good field position. They're playing coverage. Now Bex is flushed out of the pocket trying to run. He's got room to run, 20, 25, and he goes down at the 30, well short of the first down yardage necessary, but he picks up 9 yards on the carry.
Raymond Smith, Chris Hackworth, and Anthony Hines, the linebackers, are all there. Tell you what, Defensively, they've looked really well so far, and offensively, they're just starting to click. You can just feel it coming on.
Yeah, the thing you got to look at, though, is the clock's really beginning to roll. We're down to 4:16 in the half, and we got a flag on the play. Not sure. I think this is illegal substitution. 12 men on the field for the Spartans, I think, as a man hustled to get off, and I think that's going to be the indication. That's going to be the call. They broke the huddle with 12 players, and it's going to cost them 5 yards. So 4th down and 15 is now going to be 4th down and 20, and the Jackets have got maybe the block on. They got everybody up tight. Christian Brown all by his lonesome at the 40. And they got a couple of speed guys. Marcus Davis, one of them, trying to rush the outside.
Christian Brown, number 23.
And Bex is back standing at the 10 to punt. Low snap. Here comes Davis. Almost got there, but it is the kick is away. And Brown is going to field it at the 40. Sidesteps a tackle at 45, 50. Still going into Spartan territory and down at the 45. Christian Brown with a heads-up play. Caught it on the hop and literally dodged a bullet coming right at him. And he turned what could have been a huge hit into a 15-yard return.
There we go with the special teams again. The punt return team really doing well, getting great yardage every time they field the punt.
Well, the Jackets have been in this territory before, in Spartan territory. In fact, this is their 4th trip tonight into Spartan territory, but they don't have any points to show yet.
Let's remind you, we're going to try and have David Means up here for our halftime show. He's the president of the Booster Club. And I believe Jason Smith is going to try to corral him and bring him up here for the half.
Robertson on the toss. He's got the left side. Breaks tackles across the 40, down to the 35-yard line.
Number 5.
Tell you what, we've also, that's a 1st down, I believe. We've also got the Jim McClure State Farm Trivia question coming up. And we've got the Gray's Credit Jewelers halftime show coming up. And right now, we got a Bratcher Funeral Home sideline report. Jason, do you feel it?
There we go. We get that microphone on. Yes, you can feel it down here. It is electric on the sidelines.
There is some anticipation. Can the Jackets get their first score? 1st and 10. I formation look, and this is McGurk. Throws a quick hitter. Jones has it inside the 30, down to the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. Denison. The quick strike to Jerry Jones.
Oh, that was a beautiful play, Lynn. Jerry Jones, just a quick inside pass route. Cody McGurk stepped back, maybe a 1-step back, and threw a bullet right to him coming across the middle. Looked like the old Aikman to Irvin type play, and they're quickly down the field at the 20-yard line and trying to punch it in here before 3:21 goes off this clock.
1st and 10 from the 21. Jones splits to the left, Brown to the near side. Offset I. This is a handoff to the fullback coming to the near side, and he's hit and dropped for a loss.
That's Mario Polk. He's going to go down at the 20-yard line, so call it no gain, no loss, but it brings up 2nd down.
You might say the Yellow Jackets go into that well an awful lot. That is one of their bread and butter plays in this offense. I'm not sure that Samuel really knew it was coming as much as with the speed and quickness they've got, they're able to flood the lanes real quick and plug those running gaps up. And guys that aren't quite as quick as Corey Robertson have difficulty taking advantage. This is going to be a toss to Corey Robertson heading left, trying to find a seam outside, stood up and strung down the line. And it'll be no gain, maybe a gain of a yard for Corey Robertson. They'll give him forward progress for a yard. And it'll be 3rd down and 9. 2:29 to go in the half. 8-0, the Spartans in the lead. The ball at the 19. Nathan Farley last week connecting on a 22-yard field goal, but Denison needs more than 3 points here.
Must have had a double tight set there. Scooter Means was in the ball game. He now checks out.
Here come the Jackets, 3rd and 9. A crucial down in the first half. 2:10 and counting. 8-0, Spartans in the lead. McGurk has receivers go to either side. Flags before this one can get started. And it's going to be offsides, I believe, against the Yellow Jackets.
That's going to make it a little bit more interesting. It'll be 3rd and about 14 now.
Illegal procedure.
The call on the Yellow Jackets.
And either a back jump or the receivers cross the line of scrimmage.
That pushes them back to the 24-yard line, so call it 3rd and 14.
One of the few penalties of the year for the Yellow Jackets. Only 4 flags last week, and I think that's number 3 tonight. That's the first one tonight, actually. 3rd and 14. Brown will split to the left. Jones to the right. Offset I. Robertson. This is McGurk back to pass. Throwing the ball up for Jerry Jones. And it's a bump and grind fest inside the 5. And it is underthrown and interception.
Number 80, Jerry Jones.
The ball was intercepted right about the 1 yard line. It was kind of a flustered type throw. The ball was a little bit underthrown. Jerry Jones tried to go up for it and make the adjustment, couldn't do it. And we have 1:43 left to go in the half. Samuel on top, 8-0 so far as we approach halftime here in the Grays Credit Jewelers halftime show.
Second time tonight, fifth time this year that Cody McGuirk has thrown the pick. And that time it snuffs out the scoring threat. 1:43 to go in the half. 8-0 Spartans in the lead. 1st and 10 from the 1 yard line for Dallas Samuel. Yellow Jacket defense has done their end of the job tonight. Offense has got to get it cranked up and get some points on the board before long.
How about a turnover, Lynn?
That would be nice. This would be the first one of the year. Bex trying to plunge straight ahead, net at the 5, and he goes down at the 6 yard line. He showed a lot of toughness in there, carrying a couple of tacklers with him, but there was no question he was going down.
Bex goes 5'11", 160 pounds, runs a 4.7, and that 160 pounds must go a long way because he just moved the pile 6 yards with about 4 Jackets right all over the place.
Second down 5.
1 minute and 17 seconds to go in the half. Remember, Dallas Samuel deferred their option to the second half, so they'll likely take the football to start the second half. And they have the ball right now, 2nd and 5 from the 6 yard line. 1 minute, 4 seconds to go in the half. This the handoff. Coleman hit as he crossed the line of scrimmage.
He was busted by Raymond Smith, the inside linebacker. He had nowhere to go. Raymond just lowered the boot.
Number 89, Vincent Rose.
We're going to take a timeout. The Jackets want one. 51 ticks in the half. 8-0. The Spartans lead. Back in a moment with more Denison High School football. Frustration in Munson Stadium. The home crowd seen a pretty good game from the home team. The defense has shined tonight. Special teams has shined. Offense has looked good, but they haven't been able to seal the deal and put it in the end zone yet. And the Spartans have an 8-0 lead. It's been a long time since they got that 8.
Well, the good news is Corey Robertson has 8 carries for 70 yards. The bad news is Cody McGuirk has 2 picks again.
This is going to be Bex. He's going to toss it. Coleman tackled from behind. That was a big league play from behind. Malcolm Allen is going to tackle Coleman as he was shot out of the backfield. Looked like to me he was heading for the marker for a first down. And 45 seconds remaining in the half. We're going to keep it here. A timeout called by the Yellow Jackets. They're going to get 45 seconds to go. Christian Brown standing at the 40, Bex at the back of the end zone. Denison with the block on. Here they come. It's a low snap. They don't quite get it, but it's a bad kick. It's a shank across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. So the pressure works. Bex had to one-hop it, and he got it off. They're going to mark it at the 35-yard line. Denison, 1st and 10 from the 35. 37 seconds to go. No timeouts remaining for the Yellow Jackets. They're down 8-0.
Here comes your 2-minute offense. McGuirk will come in as the quarterback. Christian Brown into the ball game. You'll see the receiver set now.
1st and 10 for the Jackets. The ball at the 35. They have been in this territory all night long. They've gotten to the 40, to the 35, even down inside the 30 a couple of times, but they've been unable to do anything with it. From the shotgun, McGuirk back to pass. Here comes pressure. Throws on the run. He's got his man. It was slightly underthrown, a diving attempt, but it's incomplete. And I believe that was
incomplete.
Not sure who that was. Not
number 25.
That was
Roger
Grant getting into the ball game, and he made a good dive for the ball, but came up just short. 2nd and 10 from the 35.
Roger Grant comes here to the right. Christian Brown, the slot receiver on the right side.
McGuirk from the shotgun. And he has the snap. Back to pass, tries to set the screen up. Robertson's got it. 40, 35, 30, leaps the tackler down to the 25-yard line.
25 seconds and rolling on the clock.
It's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to set up 3rd and short, and Denison is out of timeout. 16 seconds to go. And they'll have to hurry. 13 seconds. Denison has not gotten set yet. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. McGuirk in the shotgun calls for the ball, and he is going to run the pass. Tries to throw. It's caught and out of bounds, and it's going to be incomplete with 2 seconds to go in the half.
That's one of those calls where the defender looks like he pushed him out of bounds, and that's the only call that could say whether he was out of bounds or not. If the defender pushed him out, then it's up to the official's discrepancy as to whether he would have come in bounds or not. And apparently, they said he would not have.
Nathan Farley on for the field goal. This will be a 43-yard attempt. He is 1 out of 1 on the year from 22 yards last week. Farley, the ball will be spotted at the 33. And McGuirk to hold with 2 seconds to go in the half. Can the Jackets get points on the board? Low snap, McGuirk gets it down. Farley bangs this one. If it's true, it's got plenty of distance, and it's no good. It was wide to the right, but he hit a howitzer. It just didn't have the accuracy, and the clock has expired. Triple zeros, 8-0. The Spartans in the lead at halftime. Well, he has backed up. The Jackets have broken the huddle, and we are about set to begin the second half of play. And he's going to bang it. He tried to bounce it off of a Spartan on the line of scrimmage, and he couldn't do it on the Cable 1 kickoff. It is a Spartan alertly, and not sure who that was. He sidestepped the ball. Our referees again in the second half, Steve Stelby, the referee, the umpire Tom Freeman, the head linesman John Bass, the line judge Lowell Kratz, and the back judge Bill Thompson, all of these gentlemen out of the Dallas chapter. We'll give you the Yellow Jacket IAP. That's the Institute for Athletic Performance starting lineup here momentarily. The Spartans come out. Beck's the quarterback. That is Quinta Becks, 5'11", 160, and a senior. He will be in the shotgun formation. 4 receiver look, a man flanking him on first down. We'll give you the Jacket starting lineup in just a moment. This is Becks running the toss sweep. Coleman on the pitch, and he's met behind the line of scrimmage and dropped for a loss.
Oh, what a great play back there. Brent Hubert, the linebacker, the outside linebacker senior, made a wonderful play, scraping out to the outside, dropped him at the 29.
The Institute for Malcolm Allen, Vincent Rhodes, Brent Lemons, and Anthony Hines. The backers, Brandon Hubert, Chris Hackworth, Raymond Smith, and also Landon Myers, Marcus Davis on one corner, Christian Brown on the other, and Jeremy Grimes and Corey Robertson splitting time back deep. 8-0, 11:22 to go in the third quarter. As you get your IAP starting lineup for the Yellow Jackets, this is Becks in the shotgun, second down and 12. And he's going to hand it off Coleman. He is going to sidestep a tackler and look out. He's got room to run, 40, 45, and he's going to go down near the 50-yard line. A good open field tackle. Corey Robertson might have saved it. Nope, that was checked out. That was not Robertson. It was Anthony Waddles might have saved the touchdown.
Well, he broke the tackle of Jeremy Grimes, the safety who's in for Robertson. Broke the tackle at about the 40 and kept going and finally got out to about the 48.
Biggest play of the night for the Spartans. 19 yards. First and 10, the ball at the 48. Don't forget the Jim McClure State Farm trivia question coming up here in the second half. Becks, he's going to get it, runs the option, pitches it. Coleman coming near side, outside again, 50, 45, broke a tackle, 35, 30, trying to find a blocker. He may score. It's going to be Waddles, I believe, that takes him down at the 9-yard line.
Number 20, Jerry Heron.
Checked out, it was Jerry Heron.
Finally brought down by number
Christian
43.
Brown, brother, that brought him down. Just a lot of mistackling downfield. And the Spartan coaching staff saw something at halftime that they have exploited on 2 consecutive plays. And Coleman has taken a Spartan offense that was on life supports, and he has turned it into something big. But wait a minute, we got a flag on the play, holding, and that play's coming back.
While they're moving the ball back, let's remind you that the help desk has been able to bring us this broadcast via the website. So go to 931kmkt.com if you want to listen to the game on the webcast. Email a friend who's out of town and tell them you can listen to the game, Denison Yellow Jacket football, thanks to the help desk on 931kmkt.com.
Yep, you can listen to the Yellow Jackets worldwide on the World Wide Web. And that is going to certainly help the Yellow Jackets cause out. Let's check down on the sidelines of Bratcher Funeral Home. Quick report. Jason, what's going on? 2 quick plays to Coleman.
Well, they'd obviously seen something in the first half, like you said, that they were doing to attack. But finally, Denison got the holding call over here on the left end they've been wanting all night.
Wiped out a 43-yard run. We'll see what the Jackets can do here. First and 20 from the Spartan 38 backs. He's going to hand it off Coleman. Coleman goes to the other side. Vincent Rhodes says, come here, big boy.
Wow, we haven't really called Vincent Rhodes' name a lot so far this year, but he deserves all the credit in the world on that play. Takes him all the way back to the 30-yard line. Now we're going to say the 32. What an incredible play by Vincent Rhodes, the tackle up front.
Watch Tuesday night, and he took his man, sidestepped his block attempt, and just said, get out of here.
Well, he has a cast on his right hand. I don't know if his arm is kind of fractured or what, but he may use that as a tool out there against those offensive linemen.
Tell you what, Vincent Rhodes, a junior for the Yellow Jackets, boy, he is having a fine season, only 2 weeks deep. Second down and 26 from the 32. Flags on the play as the Jackets
Flag on the field.
were about to introduce themselves again to Mr. Beck's. Illegal procedure, the likely call.
Illegal procedure. Call on the Spartans. Second down, 31 for the Spartans on their own 27-yard line.
See those fine folks around town this week. Please shake their hand and thank them for supporting Denison Yellow Jacket football here on 93.1 FM KMKT. 9 minutes even to go in the third quarter, 8-0 the Spartans lead. They had a big run wiped out. They're going the wrong way, and this is going to be a handoff to Coleman inside, breaking tackles, and he is going to get out to the 45-yard line. It was on the carry. It wasn't Coleman. It was Louise Webster, and he's going to get back about a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage.
They're going to take it out to about the 40, in between the 44 and the 45. Spartans moving right to left on the radio dial. Corey Robertson almost made the tackle about the 40, but he got there just a little bit too late.
Webster was lined up in the slot position, and it was just a quick handoff inside. 1 for 7 on third down conversions are the Spartans. They face 3rd and 13 from their own 45, up 8-0. Beck's in the shotgun from the 40. He's back to pass. Here comes pressure. He's going to have to step it up, and the Yellow Jackets are doing a great job. Ball's loose. The Jackets have recovered. The first turnover of 2002.
There's the play you were looking for. Chris Hackworth comes up with a football. Somebody laid a pop on him about the 45. Hackworth had the ball fall right in his lap, was about to try to return the ball, but he was taken down immediately, and that's the defensive spark that this team needs.
Let's check down with that Bratcher Funeral Home sideline man. Somebody stuck the big paw in from behind on Mr. Beck. Did you see who it was?
I did not see who that was, but when that turnover happened, there actually are people here in the stands. I heard them.
Mr. Hackworth, the Yellow Jackets' first turnover of the year. Thank you very much. Denison, 1st and 10 from the Spartan 45-yard line. 2 receivers to the right. This is a handoff to Robertson, met in the backfield and dropped for a 2-yard loss. And boy, the Spartans were off to the races on that snap.
Well, they're going to mark him way back at the 49, so make that a 4-yard loss, almost about a 5-yard loss, as a matter of fact.
Checking into the ball game, Nathan Breedlove for the Yellow Jackets. Coach Brown says somebody needs to go plug that gap over there.
Second down, 14.
Checking out of the ball game from a receiver spot, Roger Grant. 2nd down and 14, the ball at the Spartan 49. Denison has got to start doing something with their field position in Spartan territory. McGurk, the quarterback, deep handoff Robertson, sidestepping his way downfield, not much running room. Spartans have got that number called right now. 42 is all they're looking for.
He was met right at the line of scrimmage by Charles Miles. He was the up-and-coming linebacker. He's a junior. He's 6'1", 190, runs a 4.8. Telling you what, he put a major pop on Corey Robertson right up the middle.
3rd and 12, the ball at the Dallas Samuel 47-yard line. 8-0, the Samuel Spartan lead. And the offense has been able to move it at times tonight. They've got to start punching it in the end zone. 0 for 4 in third down conversions. That's not going to get it done. And this is McGurk. He is back to pass. Going to throw the quick hitter inside. Jerry Jones has it, but he's short of the first down by about 4 yards.
Roger Grant makes the catch over there, and he gets within the 38, but he had to get to about the 34 for the first down, so he's going to come up a little bit short.
You say his knee actually hit at the 40 as his man was all over him, and this may be 4-down territory for the Yellow Jackets.
Guys, Will Crawley is into the game.
So is Scooter Means. All 3 of those young men quarterbacks for the Yellow Jackets. 4th down and 5. Denison has not attempted a 4th down conversion tonight. This is their first one. 2 tight power eye set. Robertson getting the toss right, trying to get a seam outside. 40, look out, 35, lowers the shoulder to the 30, and he has the first down.
Well, when you need 5 yards, who do you go to first? C-Rob to
Deuce.
First down.
Maybe that's what we can call him. Deuce.
When you need 5, he got 10.
He looked just like his older brother on that one. He lowered the shoulder and plowed people over for 5 yards. 1st and 10 at the Spartan 30. 2 tight power eye set. McGurk, the quarterback. Trip Mahena, the tight end on the right. Now the Jackets will break. Crawley is the quarterback. Check that. And this is going to be a deep handoff. Robertson hit in the backfield almost as soon as Mr. Crawley handed the football off to him. I don't know how they're getting through there, but somebody's got to plug that gap. Let's check down with our Bratcher Funeral Home man. The coaches probably got to be a little bit consternated about how they're flooding through that gap off the center.
Well, the coaches were huddling over in a little huddle just a moment ago, and we'll see what kind of changes they make here on this play. But they are concerned about that because Jacket line has protected the quarterback very well so far.
Will Crawley right now in at quarterback, and the Jackets opposite eye receivers either side. And this is going to be a deep handoff. Robertson, he's trying to pick his way downfield, and he's tackled for no gain.
42, Corey Robertson.
They're making a lot of penetration there. Again, that's the linebacker. I believe that was Freddie Clark, the safety, coming up to make that tackle. He's 5'8", 155. He also runs a 4'8". There's a lot of quickness over on that defensive side.
Well, he's not Superman. We may have painted the big S on his chest tonight. He's looked very good as a sophomore, but he can't do it when people are in his face in the backfield, so they're going to have to plug those gaps. 3rd down and 12. 0 for 5 are the Jackets in 3rd down conversions, 3rd and 13 rather. Will Crawley, the quarterback, he's going to play action, wants to throw. He's going to go downfield, lost it. He's got a man open, Jerry Jones, or Christian Brown rather, and it's caught at the 11-yard line.
What a great throw and catch from Will Crawley to Christian Brown. Brown had to stop. The ball was underthrown just a tad bit, but he makes the catch, goes out of bounds at the 11. And with 5:01 left to go in the 3rd quarter, Denison is knocking on the door. Samuel's Spartans have an 8-0 lead, but here come the Jackets.
Yeah, nice touch pass by Crawley. He might have wanted to put a little more mustard on it, but Brown made the good adjustment and came back to the ball, or he might have scored. This is a too tight power I set. Now the Jackets will break the power. Robertson dotting the I, Crawley the quarterback. Robertson the toss right, cuts it up into the middle, and he gets inside the 10-yard line to about the 8. It'll be 2nd down from the 8 or 9-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 9, so it's going to be 2nd and 7. They can get a first down at the 3. So 2nd and 7 from the 9-yard line. About 7.5 actually. 4:30 and counting in the 3rd here on Katy Country. 8-0. Dallas Samuel leading. Too tight set. This is a toss. Robertson right side, cutting it back inside, struggling toward the 5-yard line. He's pushed forward to about the 3.
I'm telling you, Lynn, he took about 11, maybe 9 to 10 guys all the way with him, just carrying people down there to about the 3-yard line. Robertson really taking people with him. He's tough and strong as well as he is fast.
Pretty good push by the front men for the Yellow Jacket offensive line right there. 4 minutes even. They've got to get just inside the 2. The ball sitting on the 4. 3rd down and 2 from the 4. Denison trailing 8-0. Too tight set. Power I look for the Jackets. Crawley tosses Robertson. He is going to be hit as he got to the line of scrimmage. It should be a first down. It's going to depend on the spot, and I think they're going to give him a wrong-footed spot.
Well, he had a man. He had to jump over right at the line of scrimmage. He tried to hurdle him. I'm not sure if when he jumped he got far enough for the first down.
They're going to mark it at the 3. It is 1 yard shy of the first down marker. The ball at the 3. This is 4-down territory. 3:22 and counting in the 3rd quarter. 8-0. Down on their lead. Everybody standing. Crawley, the quarterback, sneak, plows toward the goal line. He's got the first down. Can he get in the end zone? No. He's going to be denied at the 1-foot line. No indication yet. It looks like he's just short. The official's trying to sort the pile out. Denison says we got a touchdown. And the official's trying to unsort everybody at the 1-foot line, and it's 1st and goal from the 1-foot line. Will Crawley, the man of the moment on the quarterback sneak, gets the all-important first down.
Now you've got to get the all-important touchdown. A little over 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter here.
Comes one of your big tight ends, Vincent Rhodes. Trent Mahana checking out. 1st and goal from the 1. 8-0. Dallas Samuel in the lead. The Jackets knocking on the door of the Spartan goal line. 1st and goal from the 1. Power I. Too tight set. This is Crawley to the goal line. Did he get in? Did he get in? Waiting for the indication. Denison saying they got a touchdown. No indication from the official. They're going to unput. There it is. Stick it in the end zone. Put it on the scoreboard. Touchdown, Denison High School.
Well, this Munson crowd stadium is going nuts. Will Crawley punches it in from the 1. Telling you what, there's some strength behind those young legs there. And Corey Robertson put it all on the back of him. He took it down.
A lot of class right there by Cody McGuirk. He might be disappointed he wasn't the quarterback out there, but he went over, and the first thing he did is high-five Will Crawley. We might have a fake here. The Jackets do have Farley, the kicker, out, but they are down by 2. Farley is the kicker. McGuirk is the holder. Now they'll break the swinging gate formation. 2:45 to go in the third quarter. A lot of time to play. Denison may opt for the 1 point, trusting the foot of their kicker. McGuirk calls for the ball. It is a bad snap. Farley's going to have to track it down, and he's not going to do it. The Spartans are going to pick it up, and nobody's going to catch him. There is a penalty marker down. It's going to be an 80-yard blocked field goal or PAT. Wait a minute. Their guy fell down.
He fell down at the 5-yard line.
William Houston fell down
on the field.
I think he just ran out of gas.
Anthony Hines caught him from behind.
No,
and pushed him in the back.
Anthony did not catch him. I thought he was going to, but he just simply fell down.
It is coming back, folks. Lots of consternation here at Munson Stadium. It was a bad snap. It went through McGuirk's hands. Farley tried to pick it up on the hop. He couldn't do it. And for the Samuel Spartans, William Houston picked it up, looked like he was gone to the goal line, and he just stumbled at the 12-yard line and fell on his own feet. But there's a penalty marker. They're offsides. It's all coming back, and Denison may go for 2 here.
Have you ever seen the old bleeps and blunders of the NFL?
That was one of them.
With the Miami Dolphins kicker trying that, this could have gone in that kind of segment. 2 different times, one on this end with the kick, and one on the other end with the runner just falling down.
Will Crawley moments ago scored his first touchdown as a Yellow Jacket quarterback.
Here we go, big play in the game right here.
2-point conversion attempt for the 1.5-yard line. Power eye, 2 tight set. Robertson the toss right. He gets to the goal line, lost the ball. The Jackets are scrambling, and Crawley picked it up, couldn't get there. And so, more flags. It's waved off as incomplete. I don't see a penalty marker, actually. The official says no good, and finally, we got an 8-6 score. That wasn't pretty, but the Jackets are on the board, get the good round of applause. 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Denison 8-6 over the Spartans. Back in a moment with more Denison football. As back deep is on the Cable One kickoff, Ulysses Coleman and Dondrell Thompson for the Spartans. Now Farley will break the huddle, come to the ball. 8-6, 2:45 to go in the third on Katy Country. Don't go anywhere. We got a ball game. And Mr. Farley's going to put the foot into this one. This is a short pooch onside, and it is going to be handled. You can't do that fair. He called for a fair catch after he caught the ball, and there's the flag. Thank you very much from the officials. Bobby Washington. Well, we'll explain this when we come back. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the next Media Radio Network.
Delay of game is the call.
We're back at Munson Stadium, and we'll give you an American Bank of Texas scoring drive recap momentarily, but let's set that play. Washington went up for the football, caught it on the short pooch onside attempt, and then he decided maybe I ought to fair catch this. But you can't do that.
Can't do it. I think he was waiting on the official to blow the whistle, never heard the whistle, so he just took off.
Well, what it ends up being is a delay of game, and it backs them up to the 25-yard line. And how about that American Bank of Texas drive recap real quick?
Well, it took 2 plays, 56 yards, and 5 minutes and 51 seconds off the clock. Will Crawley scored from 1 yard out. We've got an 8-6 ball game. Samuel on top, 2:36 left to go here in the third quarter.
Yep, 10 plays, not 2. Bex, the quarterback, back to pass. Here comes pressure, and he's going to go down. Sacked in the backfield on the sack, Malcolm Allen.
Wow, what a nice play by Allen. Out there, came out of nowhere.
Shed his blocker and said, come here, big boy.
Nice play. Loss going way back to the 16-yard line.
Let's check now with our Bratcher Funeral Home sideline man, Jason. The Jackets starting to sense Big Mo coming to their side.
They really are. They've never been down in this game, as we've talked about earlier. They've sensed that it's just been a minute of time before Big Mo does get over here, and they've kept their momentum up the entire time.
Never been down emotionally and mentally, that is. They are still down on the scoreboard, 8-6, 2 minutes even to go in the third quarter. That flag's on the play as Bex tried to get up under center.
It looked like a bad exchange between the center and the quarterback as well. The ball looked like it was on the turf, and as soon as the ball hit the turf, the flags threw up in the air.
Illegal procedure, the indication against the Spartans. They've been penalized quite a bit tonight. It's going to sixth penalty of the night for 42 yards. Well, I got to tell you, Monte, big game tomorrow coming up in Soonerland. The Alabama Crimson Tide. Timeout call will join the Yellow Jacket or Spartans. 1:56 in the third. 8-6. Spartans leading Denison back in a moment with more Denison football. Here's what's amazing. 2nd and 23. Way back in the shadow of their own end zone. Beck's the quarterback. He is going to be hit as the ball's loose. He tried to hit it up to his tailback, Coleman, and there's a scramble for the ball. I don't think Denison got it.
That was Brent Lemons who jumped all over the quarterback initially, caused the fumble, and Lemons just shot through there like a cannon.
He did shoot the gap and disrupted that play from the word go. The fumble recovered by Coleman at the 2-yard line. So it is now 3rd down, and I can't even figure this out. Let's see, they got to get to the 37. Is that right? 36. So 3rd and 33. The ball just across the 2-yard line. Boy, it'd be nice for another Jacket turnover here.
You almost got one right there.
1:18 to go in the third. 8-6. Dallas Samuel leading Denison. Denison has never lost to the Spartans. Beck standing 5 yards deep in the end zone. Quick kick. He's going to kick it. It is a short kick. And the Jackets are just going to let it bounce. Takes a Denison roll laterally right down the 30-yard line and out of bounds. Not a bad idea, but it wasn't executed very well, and it's going to be 1st and 10, Denison at the 30-yard line.
Not a very good kick at all. The ball is going to end up at the 30-yard line, so the Yellow Jackets are only 30 yards away from pay dirt. There is only 58 seconds left to go in this 3rd quarter. But to tell you what, the way momentum is going, the Jackets own it right now.
Well, they need to punch it in right here. When you get Big Mo on your side, you better make her sing. And the Jackets going to try to do that right here. 1st and 10 from the 30. 58 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter here on Katy Country. 8-6 Samuel leading the Jackets, but maybe not for long. Will Crawley, the quarterback again for the Jacket, turns, tosses right side. Robertson trying to find his way downfield, lowers his head at the 30. He's down to the 25.
Picks up 5 yards. Momentum carries him, like I said earlier a while ago, when you got momentum like that, it's easy to pick up 5 yards for Robertson with that speed.
Clock rolling at the 42-yard line. Defensive coaches have the defense huddled on the sideline talking about, hey, great job. We got to keep doing it for one more quarter. 32 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. The 4th quarter has been anything but Jacket quarter in the last 2 years. It's time to turn that around. And we're about to head to the 4th stanza of this one. Offset I formation, receivers either side, 2nd and 5. This is Crawley, the quick hitter to the fullback inside, and he picks up 4 yards.
Mario Polk, the big fullback, I tell you what, he brings a load right through there. We haven't seen a lot of him so far in the 1st game, but he's been out there a lot the 2nd game. He's a junior. And I'm telling you what, we don't have the heights and weights, but he can move it through there.
Yes, he can. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. 8-6. Dallas Samuel leading the Jackets as we head to the 4th quarter. The ball, 3rd and 2 from the 22. When we come back, stay tuned. The 4th stanza, Jacket quarters next on KMKT. Yellow Jacket football continues after this timeout. 3rd down and 2 from the 22. Power I, 2 tight set. Will Crawley, the quarterback. Receivers break to either side. Offset I with Robertson dotting it. He gets the toss, heading left side. He's found the seam, tries to bounce it outside. 20, down to the 15, down to the 12-yard line. Counted a 1st down for the Yellow Jackets. 1st and 10 from the Samuel 12-yard line.
All smiles on the faces of the crowd at Munson Stadium as they rose to their feet. Every time that young man touches the football, they seem to rise up a little bit.
He does not have a varsity touchdown yet.
I bet you he ends with a whole lot of them.
I got a feeling he's going to have a bunch of numbers under that TD column. That puts him over the 100-yard mark with 11:40 to go in the game. 8-6, Samuel leading. 2 tight, power I set. Robertson heading left side, cutting it back inside to the 9-yard line.
Gains about 3. It looked like he was running up in the hole, not quite with authority that he had before.
I think he wanted to bounce it out, but it closed down, and he just kind of found some daylight. You know what who he reminds me of more than his brother? He's limping off the field.
That's not a good sign, and Anthony Hines will check into the football game. Maybe that's why I didn't run with that authority that I was talking about.
Could be. Don't know if it's a cramp or anything like that. We'll get a Bratcher Funeral Home sideline report just momentarily. Looks like a cramp the way he's going down. Hines will dot the power I set. 2nd and 7 from the 10-yard line is where they mark it. This is going to be the handoff to the fullback. He's going to plow to the 8-yard line. Don't forget, Nathan Farley has quite a leg, and if he can boom one through, the Jackets will have their first lead of the night. It is going to be 3rd down and 6 from the 9-yard line. And Robertson, let's check down with our Bratcher Funeral Home man. Jason, cramp?
Now it does look like it is just as cramp as Doc is stretching both of Corey Robertson's hamstrings.
Power right, too tight set, 3rd and 7. Crawley back to pass. He wants to throw, flush out of the pocket, throws, and it is going to be incomplete. Christian Brown gobbled it, couldn't haul it in.
That was a nice play and play call by Coach Bob Brown. It was simply a run out in the flats. I believe that was Christian Brown out there. It might have been Jerry Jones.
Nathan Farley called on to give the Yellow Jackets. It was Mario Polk, actually, the intended receiver, and he just couldn't haul it in. It would have been short of the first down, nonetheless, at about the 5-yard line. This is 4th and 6 from the 9. The ball spotted at the 16 and 26-yard field goal.
Might tell Jason Smith to go get behind the field goal post this time.
Farley from the left hash mark, and the Samuel might have been offsides. Farley bangs this one. Is it true? Yes, it is. No flag on the play, and Denison, with 10:07 to go, has their first lead in 2002, 9-8, the Yellow Jacket lead.
Well, that one was 21 yards on 6 plays, capped off right there by that Nathan Farley 26-yard field goal. Denison with the first lead of the night, 9-8 with 10:07 left to go in this football game.
Farley on to do the kicking duties, and he is going to spank this one deep down the far sideline, caught at the 20-yard line by Coleman. He's coming up, found a seam, look out, he's got a man to beat, and he goes down with a great open field tackle.
Roger Grant makes the tackle at the 45-yard line on the Spartans side of the field.
If he doesn't get him, save the touch.
Well, he got the block that he needed about the 30-yard line when Brandon Hubert was picked. And it opened up the seam just a little bit for him to squeeze through.
Remember what I said, the most dangerous drive of the night is right after you score. You let up so often, and this is kind of a young team. The coach is going to have to really preach some focus and discipline. 9:57 to go in the fourth quarter. Flags before we can get this one started. They got 12 men on the field. The Jim McClure State Farm Trivia question. We got a winner, I believe.
Well, we got to do the question first.
Oh, I guess I was thinking I was the winner. I know the answer.
I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and give the Jim McClure State Farm Trivia question. We have 2 current Yellow Jacket players on the field tonight. And both of those players had brothers that played quarterback for the Jackets. We want those current players and who their brothers were that played quarterback for the Jackets. Call 465-6200. Good luck.
5-yard penalty after breaking the huddle with 12. This is Bex. He's going to keep it and might wish that he had.
Oh, that was a great play by defensive end Anthony Hines. Stayed home, right in the pocket, and just pounced right on the tailback.
He has found his calling.
I think he has. You know, he played the tailback last year. Did a good job last year with over 600 yards rushing. But, man, I'm telling you, he was born a defensive end, looks like.
Well, let's check down with the Bratcher Funeral Home man. Everybody had a collective sigh or hold their breath. We'll get to him momentarily and get an update on Corey Robertson. Bex from the shotgun, 2nd and 15. The ball at the 45 of Samuel. 9-8, Denison leading. Bex running the option, turns it up. Got room to run. 50, 45, turns it up 40, and down in Jacket territory at the 39 for a first down. Mr. Deuce, is he all right?
Yes, he is okay. I was talking to the trainer just a moment ago. It is cramps. He's just taking some time to make sure that he gets those legs completely stretched out so that those cramps don't come back.
I may not have explained that trivia question very well. 2 current players on the Jackets right now whose brother played quarterback at some point for the Jackets. That's who we're looking for.
And we want the current players and who their brothers were. Bex, 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line from the shotgun. Going to hand it off to Coleman. Ball's loose on the turf, but scramble for it. And I think Coleman got back on it. Denison says they've got the football, but I think that's just hopeful wishing.
The ball was loose at the Denison 41-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 42, and Samuel did get back on the football.
Coleman is the man that got back on the football, I believe. Check that. That might have been Brayson Needham checking out of the ball game that fell back on the football. No, it was Coleman. Bex flanked by Coleman. 3 receiver look. 2nd and 12 And Bex is going to run the quarterback option, and the ball is almost loose because storming in like a runaway freight train, Malcolm Allen hauled him down and tracked him down for a no-gainer.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, Malcolm Allen is playing one heck of a ball game on that other defensive end side.
Yes, he is, only a junior, and doing quite well, thank you very much. 3rd and 13 for the Spartans, 7:57 and counting in the game. 9-8. Is the Yellow Jacket lead, their first lead of the season against a talented Samuel team. 1 for 8 in third down conversions. If it's 1 out of 9, Denison's looking pretty. Beck's up under the center this time. Receivers either side. Straight I formation. Look behind him. 3rd and 12 and a half maybe to go. And it's going to be 3rd and 18 because his
Flag on the field.
right slot man decided that he needed to go down the field before everybody else. Illegal procedure should be the obvious call on that one. And in fact,
I believe that was Oscar Turner was the man guilty of jumping off sides. And he's a senior. He has no excuse for that. He is the tight end over there. And Oscar goes 6 foot 185, but he was moving a little bit too soon.
7:34 to go in the game. 9-8. Denison in the lead. A nail-biter at Munson.
Clock rolling. 7 minutes, 31 seconds to go.
3rd and 17. The last time they were in this position, they did the quick kick.
Won't see that here in this
think so.
situation.
46-yard line at Denison. 3rd and 17. Bex from the shotgun. Coleman beside him. Bex back to pass. Wants to set the screen up. He's being flushed out of the pocket. Throws the Hail Mary up. Out of bounds. Almost in the first row.
Give all the credit in the world to Anthony Hines and Mr. Allen out there, the defensive end. Tell you what, and Vincent Rhodes, those guys came right up, put all the pressure in the world on Bex. Bex had nothing to do but throw it away.
4th down and 17. Now do remember again that Bex is the quarterback as well as the punter. And you saw it on the quick kick. He could try something funny here with 7:10 to go in the game. 2 men back deep for the Yellow Jackets. That will be the Yellow Jackets, Anthony Waddles and Christian Brown. And Bex is going to kick it. Waddles waiting for it at the 15, loses the handle and has to fall on the ball at the 15. Well, whatever the Yellow Jackets fed their team in the Wheaties last week on special teams, they haven't quite had it tonight. There's been several dropped balls that have cost the Yellow Jackets in field position and return yardage. Big possession coming up for the Jacket offense. 7:04 to go in the game. And really, the bell has been rung for the Jacket offense. The game could be theirs to win right now. A time-consuming drive down the field. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. The Yellow Jacket 15, a precarious 1-point Denison lead.
What a ball game, Lynn.
Yes, indeed. Corey Robertson back at tailback. Denison sends 2 men to the near side. Crawley, the quarterback again. He is going to hand it off. This is Corey Robertson trying to bounce it outside. Sheds a tackler, 20, 25. Lowers the shoulder to the 31-yard line.
Wow, what a run by Robertson. Somehow got outside, running to the near side over here.
Stiff-armed a man trying to get to him. And I tell you, he can run and he can pop.
Jackets going from the right to left on the radio dial. He was coming over here towards the near side, really lowered the boom and finished off that run right at the 30-yard line. I'm telling you, he's really the real deal.
1st and 10 from the 30, 9-8, Denison leading in the 4th. This is Robertson heading right now, cutting it back inside, 35, 40, a foot race to the 50, 45, 40, stiff arms his way to the 30-yard line.
Oh, he put a pop on him at the 35-yard line with a stiff arm.
Late flag of the play, could be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Spartans, out of bounds.
I'm not sure what
38-yard carry.
Not sure what they're going to call, but Robertson stuck his arm and did the one arm shiver to the defender right at the 35-yard line. Don't know what they're going to call, but he really
checked down with a Bratcher Funeral Home man. What's it going to be, Jason? Dead ball, personal foul against the Spartans.
Oh my, what a run by Robertson. 22 carries, 155 yards for Robertson, the sophomore.
Hey, remember our magic number, 200?
We're getting 45 yards away. 6 minutes, 41 seconds to go on the clock in this football game. And Denison with a 1-point lead, 9-8, looking to make it more.
6:41 to go in the game. 9-8, Jackets in the lead. Mr. Robertson has stamped his initials on the starting tailback spot tonight. 22 totes for 155 yards, but he doesn't have a TD yet.
Anthony Hines in the backfield. Here, Robertson getting a rest.
Now they'll break the power I. Receivers either side, and this is going to be a handoff to the fullback, and he is going to plow his way to the 14-yard line.
Mario Pogue busing his way down to, inside the 15.
That was Scooter Means actually on the carry. Scooter Means is quite a tough young sophomore himself, and he got a carry in there.
Future looks bright for the Denison Yellow Jacket backfield.
Tell you what, looking pretty good the next 2 years, and it's starting to look better this year. Hines still the tailback. Power I, too tight set. They'll break it again. Second down at 7 from the 14. 9-8 Denison leads. Handoff Means, and he's inside the 15, back to the original line of scrimmage. No gain. Well, you want to score a touchdown when you get down to these positions because the Spartans have the speed and athleticism to come back and win this football game on one play. Trent Mahana will check into the ball game. Hines will still be the tailback. Robertson is on the sidelines. He looks okay. Doesn't look like anything is wrong, just getting a breather. This is the power I, too tight set, 3rd and 7 from the 14. Will Crawley, the quarterback, play action. He wants to throw, has time, sets. Now he's going to run. He's up to the 10-yard line. Tries to load a shoulder to the 5. He's inside the 4-yard line. 1st and goal, Denison. Will Crawley did it all by himself.
What a nice read by Will Crawley. He found that there was nothing there. Didn't try to force the ball into a pile of defenders. Simply took the ball and ran up. Great decision by Crawley.
We're seeing a young Yellow Jacket team mature before our very eyes. Lots of athleticism for the Samuel Spartans. By the way, they upset Sherman in the playoffs last year. This is a good Samuel team. Crawley's going to turn, hands it to Robertson, met in the backfield, loses the ball, and the Jackets pick it up. Oh my, heart failure time in Munson Stadium. Who got on the ball?
Covered by number 22.
I want to say Mario Pogue.
Mario Pogue did. He was Johnny on the spot because C-Rob was trying to break a tackle, and somebody stuck the mid in there and popped it free.
It's SRO at Munson Stadium, standing room only. 4 minutes, 43 seconds, and rolling. Denison with a 9-8 lead, but they're knocking on the door at the 5-yard line. They'll bring up 2nd and 5.
They'll mark it at the 6. And that's going to be longer. Denison jumped offside. Don't see a flag. Somebody got set again. Spartans are saying, where's the flag? And I will agree with him that one of the Yellow Jackets did jump the fullback, but he reset. I just don't think the officials saw him. I don't know how that's possible, but the fullback cannot jump and then reset.
Let's go over the scenario here. If they elect to go ahead and they do not make the first down here and they want to elect to go for the field goal, that'll make the score 12-8, which in fact would force Dallas Samuel to score a touchdown.
Power I, too tight set, 3rd and 5, 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Crawley, play action. He wants to throw. Flush out of the pocket, throws underneath. It's a scramble to the goal line. It is going to be just short. It's caught down to about the 1-yard line. It's going to set up an interesting call for Coach Bob Brown and race against the offensive coordinator. It is going to be 4th and goal from the 1.5-yard line.
Got to put points on the board right here. I think you've got to go with the field goal. You've got to make that advantage 12-8, get the 4-point lead, make them score if they're going to beat you.
They're going to go for it. Farley not on the field. 4th and goal from the 1.5-yard line. Power I, too tight set. Crawley going to toss to Robertson. He's to the goal line. Stick it in the end zone. Put it on the scoreboard for the first time, but certainly not the last. Yellow Jacket touchdown, courtesy of Corey Robertson.
Oh, baby, what a gutsy call by Coach Brown. Sticks it in from the 1-yard line on 4th down, and the Jackets have extended their lead 15-8 with 3:08 left to go in the 4th quarter and awaiting the PAT.
Denison came in heavy underdogs in this football game. The rankings from Collier Sharp had Denison pegged to go 0-2, but Denison saying, we got too good of a football team this year. And this is not the same Spartan team that upset Sherman a year ago. They have lost some very good players, but it is a very talented athletic team. Farley on for the PAT. It is blocked, and it is going to be... The extra points tonight have just not been very good on either side. 15-8, and that's crucial.
That is very crucial because that's a 7-point lead.
7-point lead, 3:08 to go in the game. Don't go anywhere. Got a barn burner at Monte. Back in a moment with more Denison High School football. That was a clutch drive.
I'll tell you what, this is one we'll love to hear all year long. 7 plays, 85 yards, took 3 minutes, 56 seconds off the clock. And Corey Robertson took it in from 1 yard. We have a 15-8 score. Denison on top with 3:08 left to go in this football game.
Farley bangs it deep on the Cable 1 kickoff. The return man trying to shake and bake downfield gets across the 30 to the 31-yard line. On the return is Dongrell Thompson, the 5'10", 150 senior for the Samuel Spartans. Let's go down and check with our Bratcher Funeral Home man, Jason Smith. Jason, first time that number 42's been in the end zone at the varsity level. Don't think it'll be the last.
No, definitely not. And as he rounded the corner, he knew he was going to be in there as he raised one of his hands as he headed over the line.
Samuel, 25 total yards in the second half, Monte. 92 for the game. It's up to the Denison defense right now. 2:59 in the game. 7-point Yellow Jacket lead. Missed extra point could be crucial. Let's hope not. Quarterback for Samuel coming to the near side. He's going to be flushed out of the pocket. Almost a late hit. That was pretty close. And it was Anthony Hines forcing him out. Brandon Hubert almost drew the hanky as Quinta Bex came to the near sideline. He picked up 3 yards.
That was a good pursuit by the defense. We have a winner for our Jim McClure State Farm Trivia question. The winner is Michael Jordan. The question was,
Michael Jordan?
The Michael Jordan. The two current Yellow Jackets who have had quarterbacks to play for the Jackets are, of course, Will Crawley's. Rob was last year. And Ronnie Powell. His brother Brandon was the quarterback in 92 and 93.
That's right. And 94. Congratulations to Michael Jordan. This is going to be a home run ball chucked downfield, and the Jackets, nobody can catch up with it. The Jacket defender was trying to catch up as Bex just hummed one downfield, had a man that had broken free on the far side.
Well, it looks like Christian Brown was back there playing that safety home run ball and the nickel defense, and he almost got turned around the wrong way. If the ball would have been on the money, it could have been dangerous for the Jackets.
I hate to even think this way. Denison has never played an overtime football game. Let's hope and pray tonight is not the first.
Don't jinx us now, Lynn.
1 for 9 in third down conversions. This is 3rd and 6 from the Spartan 37. Bex, the quarterback, gets the ball, tries to set the screen up. He's going to throw it. It's incomplete. Hit the official. Went right through the hands of Coleman, of Ulysses Coleman, the 5'11", 170-pound running back. Went right through his paws and hit the official right at the knees.
Here we go. Big decision here. 4th down and about 7 yards to go. What do you do if you're Dallas Samuel? You do have 2 minutes and 37 clicks left on the clock, but you're down by a touchdown.
4th down 6 for the Spartans.
It is going to be crucial. A big call. They are apparently going to go for it. Remember, Bex is not only the quarterback, he's the punter.
And the way that Denison has been taking time off the clock in this game, if you give it up, you may not get it back.
4 receivers to the left. And they tried to call a timeout, and they're going to get it. Ulysses Coleman saw something he didn't like, called the timeout. And we're going to join them. 2:35 to go in the game. 15-8, Denison leads. 4th and 6 for the Spartans. When we come back, Yellow Jacket football coming back at you after this timeout. Coach Steve Pierce called his team to the sidelines. Ulysses Coleman, the tailback, went to Bex, the quarterback. In the backfield, 3 receivers to the far side. 4th and 6, somebody jumped for the Spartans. No flag. Bex, lots of time. Throws. It's picked off! Picked off! It's going to be a touchdown for the Yellow Jackets. Streaking down the sidelines goes the Yellow Jackets. Brent Hubert, I said it was going to be a touchdown. He stepped out at the 1-yard line to avoid the last-ditch tackling effort.
Oh, baby, this pace is going nuts, Lynn. Standing room only at Munson Stadium. The Jackets are in the end of the end zone going crazy. 2 minutes, 23 seconds left to go in this football game. Denison looks like they're going to take it home.
41-yard return by Hubert, the second turnover of the night for the Jacket defense. And I thought Hubert had it. And Quinta Bex, the only thing that saved the touchdown was the burst of speed. He said, And Hubert had to dodge him at the 1-foot line, literally. And he just missed crossing the pylon. The Jackets need an extra player or a play, 2:23 to go. And they're looking to the sidelines as Vincent Rhodes brings the play in. May have to burn a timeout. Coaches are calling for it. Jackets will take it. We'll join it. It is first and goal at the 1 yard line as Brent Hubert intercepted the ball and took it back 41 to the 1 foot line. Power eye, too tight set. Robertson, the tailback, gets the handoff. He is easily into the end zone. Stick it in the end zone. Put it on the scoreboard. Touchdown number 2 for Corey Robertson in what could be a long and illustrious career at Denison High School.
What if you didn't know it? If you just count the scoreboard tonight, you might think it's kind of a rout. Denison now leading 21-8, but it was a struggle the whole way. Denison has now scored 21 points, unanswered 21 points.
But it's Yellow Jacket football the way it's meant to be.
It's the way it's been for a long time around here, and looks like they're coming back to that old style.
Rush it, defense it, and kick it. This is a 2-point conversion. The ball is snapped, and the Yellow Jackets have their 2-point conversion as Robert Jackson takes it in. That was not Robert Jackson, obviously. I believe it was Howard Jackson. He was the man behind the swinging gate. It was snapped to him, and it's a 2-point conversion for Denison with 2:19 to go in the game. 23-8, the Jackets lead. We're back in a moment with more Denison High School football.
Corey Robertson scores from 1 yard out after that electrifying interception by Brent Hubert. I'm telling you what, the Jackets slowly but surely getting back to old-fashioned 23-8 here at Munson. 2:19 left to go in the 4th.
Yeah, this is fun. Farley's going to bang it. Going to boot it deep. Going to be caught on the fly by Coleman. I believe he's trying to find a lane downfield. Look out, 30, 35. He's got the corner trying to, and what a great open field tackle that was.
Roger Grant made the tackle at the Spartan 48 as he was nearing midfield.
Now don't forget, the Spartans have got a lot of athleticism, and they got 2:05 to go in the game, and man, they can score in one play.
They certainly can. They have a lot of speed. Some of those guys back there, Ulysses Coleman runs a 4.5. Quinton Beck's the quarterback, runs a 4.7. Charles Miles runs a 4.8. Freddie Clark runs a 4.8. These guys can run.
Remember, they had a guy named David Overstreet last year that led them to an upset of the Sherman Bearcats in the playoffs, and he went to the University of Missouri, a Division I school. There is some athletic talent on the other side of the field.
They also lost Bryce Reed last year. He's now at Texas A&M defensive end.
Aggie land. 1st and 10.
Along with DeJuan Gentry, by the way.
Yes, indeed. And Bex, the quarterback, lost the handle. He's going to have to scramble. He's being chased from behind. All kinds of black jerseys are all after him, and they're going to catch him.
Well, I tell you what.
He hit him in the hands, and it looked like he turned away, and it just kind of bumbled up in the air.
And he went out of bounds just at the right time because Vincent Rhodes was coming on and about to nail him.
That was not Bex at quarterback. It was Jamar Banks, the 5'10", 160 senior at quarterback.
I'm telling you what, whoever it was very lucky to escape that play because Vincent Rhodes was about to just unload. You could see it in his eyes.
He's the most disappointed young man on the field right now. Clock running, 1:21 to go in the game. And this is, again, Jamar Banks, the new quarterback, and he's going to hand it off to the tailback, and he's got nowhere to go. He's down at the 40-yard line.
Great job again by the Denison Jacket defense. There's a flag now, but well, these guys have played their hearts out all night long.
Yes, they have. Let's check one last time down with our Ratcher Funeral Home boy himself, Jason Smith. Jason?
Oh, man, it's a great feeling down here. It has been a while since it's been like this, since it's been this electric down here on the sidelines. Everybody is into it. The fans, the players, the trainers, everyone here really enjoying this game, and a welcome win for Denison.
Hey, did you just call him the Ratcher Funeral Home boy?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, Jason. I mean, you're a lot younger and got a lot more hair than I do, you know?
Yeah.
I know you're a grown man, but, you know, I'm starting to get on up in years.
Homeboy.
Dead ball personal foul against the Spartans is going to be the indication, and with 1 minute and 9 seconds to go, that may spell curtains for the Spartans because they're down 23-8. They led 8-0 at half, and the Jackets have stormed back with 23 points in the second half behind the power, speedy rushing of one Corey Robertson. Jackets are not going to quite get to the 200-yard mark, I don't think, rushing the football tonight, but they got pretty doggone close.
It's going to be some happy faces up here in Munson Stadium bleachers tonight. Robert Crawley going to be one of them, the father of Will. And it seemed like the offense just got going when he came into the football game.
This is going to be Banks, the new quarterback. He's going to pitch it. His tailback is going to get it at the 25, struggles up to the 30. And with 54 seconds to go in the game, we only have one more play.
30, Brent Hubert for the Yellow Jackets.
It's going to be third down for the Spartans, and that was third, I'm told, and they haven't flipped the marker yet, but that's going to be fourth down now.
What's going to be...
looks like they're resigned to their fate.
It's going to be tough now to pick a star of the game, if you will. I mean, I don't know. There's lots of people out there. Brent Hubert, Corey Robertson, there's Will Crawley, a lot of guys to choose from.
24 seconds to go. Denison on its way to win number 1 of the year. Corey Robertson, the big night tonight, 165 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. And Banks, maybe the final play of the game, throws it deep, and it's going to be caught at the